G'day everyone, and thanks for stopping by today. Today I'm going to be doing a masterboard which I'm following along with Nina Ribena and Kylie. They have a Facebook group called Mixed Media Emporium, and I'm going to do something on this piece of cardboard here. So this is just a cereal box. I've got some little birdie collage glue here, and I've got various pages here of leftover paint that I've used up. Some stamps, some music books, some just normal textbook. Picture here, I don't know if I'm going to be using that. An old Refidex and a tape measure that I've pulled out of my stash. I've got a box here also, and this is all my leftover tissue paper that I've used in various projects. So tissue paper that I've actually stamped on. There's some sewing patterns in here, some napkins. So this will be a really good opportunity for me to use up some of these scraps. So I'm going to use some of that. And I've got another box of other bits and pieces in here. So this is stuff that I have stamped. So I've got some Tim Holtz stamps there. Stuff that I've printed off also onto photocopy paper or stamped onto photocopy paper and just fussy cut it out. So I've had this box forever, so I'm going to use some of this up as well. So today I'm going to utilise this cereal box that I've cut to size. So it's a 28 centimetres by an 18 centimetre piece of cardstock that I'm going to put all my bits and pieces on the glossy side. So I do want the cardboard side just to be free because I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this masterboard when I'm finished with it. So first of all, I'm just going to tear up some of these pages just into a more manageable size so I can glue them down onto the card here. It's just a case of just gluing these pieces down, so they're all manageable sizes now. Some I will rip up to little smaller pieces as well and just glue them randomly all over this page here. Now I must say that I am having heaps of fun doing collaging at the moment. So I did a collage art journal just previously. If you haven't seen that, I'll just link it in the top right hand corner here. Now with all these pieces that I am gluing down, I am just being careful that I have got some space in between all my colours. So in other words, all the lips are all in different areas, the purples are all in different areas and all the blues. So I didn't want anything touching. So I did really want to try and have this all balanced out, and there's no right or wrong way of doing these. So like I said, I'm just having heaps of fun collaging at the moment. I hope you're playing along as well. Now I am going to give this a really good dry with my heat tool before putting on my tissue paper because I don't really want this to be very soggy, so I just do want to make sure that it's going to be dried in between all the layers. So I'm going to have a good rummage through my container here, and like I said, this is a container of scrap tissue paper. I found this leftover bird napkin which has got two birds on, so I'm just going to use my water brush just to go around the outside and tear that away. I'm going to use that as a couple of my focal points on this masterboard. Other bits that I found in here were leftover patterns, sewing patterns, so I've got a piece of that. And I just really had a good time going through this box actually. Really surprising what sort of things you find in boxes like this. So once again, I'm just using the Little Birdie collage glue here, just gluing all the tissue papers down. I do love using the tissue papers, especially if they are printed. I love tearing them and gluing them down, because when you do glue them down, it's like the edges sort of disappear into the background. So I do love using tissue paper a lot. Now I do also want to make sure that I am drying in between each layer. So I do want to try and keep this as dry as possible. There are many layers on this. So by drying in between, it will ensure that the piece will be totally dry in the end. So just going to add these birds onto the page, just using the same technique. So as you can see, these are torn out birds. So I tore them out using my water brush, but you can't see the line. So it's a really good technique to do, especially if you don't want to see those harsh straight edges. Now all my tissue paper is all down, I'm digging through my ephemera paper box just for some items to glue down on the top. So I've got some flowers, some ladies here, a hand, a pointy hand. So I'm just going to glue all these down onto the page, and this will create some really good elements and focal points. A stencil, and I've got this Kaisercraft stencil and some Montemart pink acrylic paint, and this was probably an afterthought for me, which is pretty typical sometimes. I should have done it before putting my elements down, but hey, there's no right or wrong. The pink wasn't showing through very well. I changed the pink to black acrylic paint, so I'm just going to once again just go through and just add this black paint to my masterboard. I'm going to give this a coat of clear matte gesso just all over. I'm just applying it with the brush. I will also make sure that this is all dry as well, so I'm just going to hit it with the heat gun. So I've got a white fine Posca pen here, and I'm just going to go around some of my stenciled flowers that I did in black, just to accentuate them just a little bit more, make them pop off the page. So I've got a Prisma watercolour pencil in raw umber, and this is used quite often lately. I do love this. So I'm just going around all my elements, and with a water brush I'm just going to feather that out. So just make it that it's blended a little bit, and all of these elements will pop off the page. Now I have trimmed all the excess off, and I'm just going to go around the edges with some black acrylic paint and just applying that with the makeup sponge. I've just got to say, Kylie and Nina, this has been a fantastic challenge. I've really enjoyed it. So I hope you've enjoyed my masterboard today. If you have, please give me your thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell for any up and coming videos. Until next time, stay creative, stay crafting, and catch you on the next video. See ya!